Hala, paano to, Sir Farid? Snap. Okay.
Punta ka dito.
Okay.
Stop. Wait lang. Screen share.
Okay.
Tapos, share screen. Ayun na. Kumbaga, ito nakikita namin. Admit. Napasok ko na si Ma'am Sunshine.
Okay po. Good afternoon. Naririnig po ba? Klaro lang po.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our virtual classroom. So, I would like to ask everyone how's everyone how's everyone today? Okay lang po ba tayo? I hope you are all safe and healthy. So, um, before we start, I will send a link for your attendance. So, kindly check the chat box na lang po. Wait lang. So, so you need to fill out the form for your attendance. Okay? So, um, So, before anything else, I would like to discuss our classroom rules. No chat while the teacher is talking. Be on time. Be respectful. And mute yourself. So unless you are called, that's the time you will on your microphone. So turn on your video as you participate in our discussion and be prepared for our discussion. Mm. For today, our topic for today, we will discuss. Our topic for today, we will be discussing about the benefits and risks of using GMO. So, specifically at the end of our lesson, you should be able to identify genetically modified organisms, describe the advantages and disadvantages of using GMOs to to evaluate the impacts of GMOs on our daily lives. Mm. So, as a recap from our previous lesson, we have learned about the genetic engineering, recombinant DNA technology, and the use of GMOs. So, nalaman natin na may iba't ibang organisms, ah, nalaman natin na different organisms have different characteristics dahil ito sa um, genes na na-express. So these genes is can be found on the DNA of an organism. The technology that allows insertion of a desired trait to an organism is through the process of recombinant DNA. It is a technique of combining two DNA sequences from different sources. So, ibig sabihin na ang desirable trait ng isang organismo na wala sa isang organismo ay maaari itong i-insert sa organismo na wala ang trait na ito and to have that specific trait. Okay. So, we also discussed about the concept of genetic engineering. It is a process of adding a foreign DNA, ibig sabihin ito ay hindi normal o hindi natural sa isang organismo. But through genetic engineering ay pwede itong maidagdag sa isang organismo. And we also discussed about the concept of genetically modified organisms. These are organisms na may genetic material na na-alter, meaning may nagbago. So, sa pamamagitan ng ito ay sa pamamagitan ng genetic engineering. Because of the technology, ang isang trait na hindi normal o hindi natural sa isang organismo ay na-express o nakita ito sa kanya. So now I would like to introduce a game. It is called Fact or Bluff. So in this game, I'll be presenting 5 images, and you'll have to identify if which among of the images are possible or not possible to exist in real life. Mhm. Okay. So for for the image 1, it depicts a dog with wings. So as you observe, what do you think it would be? Is it possible to exist in real life or not? What do you think? It is a fact or a bluff? So your answer, kindly provide your answer on our chat box. Okay. Wait lang. So, Miss Sunshine answer bluff. So, sino pa? Who would like to answer? Um, so, Miss Sharaline answered bluff na bluff. So, let's see kung tama ba ang inyong answer. So, the answer is, no, bakit daw? Why? Wait lang. Go ba? It's black. Yes, correct. And for the second image, so as you observe, my spider, my goat, and kayo na bahala mag-isip if it's a nylon, web, or something. So kindly provide your answer, please, on the chat box. So, okay, I'm waiting for the answer. Ah, wait lang. So, this is the image number 2. So, what do you think? Is it possible to exist in real life? Um, okay. Oh, time's up na. Walang nag-answer. Walang nag-participate. Hmm. It's a bluff daw. So, let's see. Okay. It's a fact. Hmm. So, for our image number 3, as you observed, there's a head of a horse and a body of a type of a bird. So, what do you think? It is a fact or a bluff? Hmm. Okay, let's see kung may nag-answer ba. Okay, pang number 3 daw. Sige. See. It's bluff. It's So for number 4, there is a group of chicken. So what do you think? Is it a fact or a bluff? Okay. Walang nag-answer. Mhm. Okay. Number 4 na tayo. Is it a fact or a bluff? Okay. Let's see kung may nag-answer ba. A fact daw. Um, okay, let's see. Yes. It's a fact. Ang tama. Actually, ano ba yan? There's an article about this na yung sa Kentucky at yung sa KFC na they modified a chicken dahil sa high demand ng chicken kaya sila nag ano kaya nila minodify yung chicken. So for our last picture, there's an orange, and inside of it is a kiwi and an apple with an orange. So what do you think? Is it a fact or a bluff? So let's check. A bluff. Okay, let's check our answer. It's bluff. So tama. Oh, okay. Okay, well done. And for our main activity, so as you can see, there are images, and um, I want you to um, I want you to observe what character what I want you to take note what are the characteristics were you able to observe in image 1, two sets of rice, image 2, two sets of potatoes, and image 3, two sets of corn. So for image 1, I will assign Miss Sharalyn to discuss what she observed, what characteristics she has observed in the image 1, and for image 2 I will assign Ma'am Miss Sunshine to discuss kung ano ba yung napansin niya ng mga characteristic, and for image 3 I want Sir Farhan to share his thoughts kung ano yung na-observe niya. So I will give you 3 minutes. Okay? 3 minutes. Okay. Your timer starts now. Share lang your ideas kung ano ba yung na-observe nyo. No searching po tayo. Based on your observation lang po. Based on the picture lang po, kung ano yung na-observe nyo.
Hi, ma'am. Can I answer na po for image 1?
Okay, Ma'am Shine? Okay. Ay, Ma'am Shine, your assigned topic is image 2. Ay, si Ma'am Shara pala. Ay, Ma'am Shara. Okay, Ma'am Shara.
Hi, ma'am. For the image 1, ma'am, there are two sets of rice po. Yung isa yung normal white rice. At
Yes.
yung isa parang golden rice siya since medyo yellowish siya. Hindi din siya brown rice kasi yellow siya. So I assume na golden rice siya.
Okay. Okay, Ma'am Shine. What about for image 2?
Teacher, I'm Sunshine po. Opo, I'm assigned for image number 2.
Yes.
So, teacher, I have a clarification. Is that a potato?
Yes po. That
Okay.
is a potato.
Okay. So, for my observation po, physical observation, there is a change of color between the two vegetable. Vegetable. So, on the left image po, I think it's a fresh one. It's a newly sliced potato. But on the other photo, siguro teacher, mga 1 week na po yung naka-slice. Yes.
Okay. Very good. That was a good observation, Miss Sunshine. So how about for image 3? Where's Mr. Farhan?
Here, ma'am.
Hello?
Hello, hi. So, based on my observation about the image tree, I can see that there are 4 corns present, in which 2 corns were smaller compared to the other 2. I can say that these 2 that looks like decaying are the original corn, and they are considered dwarf or small, while the longer ones are the genetically modified corn in order to produce more kettles. Kettles ba ang tawag sa ano? Kettles, and have a lower lifespan. That's it's all. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Let's find out later kung ano ba yung mga na-observe nyo, ha? And moving on, let's now talk about the advantages and disadvantages of GMOs. So, Bakit nga ba nagkaroon ng GMO? Do you have any idea kung bakit? Um, see. Miss Sunshine, can you um, share your ano ma'am, knowledge? Can you share your thoughts?
And sorry, ma'am,
Bakit nga?
can you please repeat the question?
Okay. Bakit nga ba nagkaroon ng GMO? Ano yung any thought kung bakit nga ba bakit nagkaroon ng GMO? Based lang sa kung ano yung ano ba? Any idea about GMO? Bakit nagkaroon ng GMO?
Wait lang. Ma'am, I'm sorry. The internet connection is like, wait, lalabas pa ako. Medyo hindi ko po marinig. Pasensya po. Ano po ulit yun? Ayan, nasa labas na po ako. Ano po ulit yun, ma'am?
Can you share your idea,
Hello.
ma'am? Bakit nga ba, Miss Sunshine, bakit nga ba nagkaroon ng GMO?
For me, ma'am, I think that for the positive side of creating a GMO, I think it is being designed because there's a need of, ano po, tama ba? I'll try. There's a need to increase the productivity or the kung ano po dapat i-produce, and also for a new innovation po for the
Okay.
positive side of having GMO po.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Miss Shine. Sir Far, can you share your thoughts or ideas kung bakit nga ba nagkaroon ng GMO?
Um, I think, ma'am, GMO existed to have for us to make life more easier and for the foods and animals to be accessible in other places. Take for example, the apple, ma'am. As far as I know, the apple fruit is not available here in the Philippines. Cause and due to that, um, the the ano yun? The price of apple is very high. Then scientists find a ways in how to modify an apple to make it more friendly and more natural bang ang ano. So that's why they genetically modified apple kahit sa
Okay.
tropical island ay tumutubo pa rin siya.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Mr. Farhan. Very good na may idea kayo and you're familiar with GMO. Pero bakit nga ba nagkaroon ng GMO? It's simply because of the technology. So yung genetic engineering, it has already a wide application not only in medicine but also in agriculture. So uh, as you remember about the concept about insulin production, and also in agriculture, ngayon we have crops, plants which are consumable by humans that are being modified. So meaning there is a certain trait was added which makes them genetically modified. So because of genetic engineering, plants become resistant to pests, weeds, and that crops are grown with more nutritional values. So, as we discussed about the advantages of GMO, um, okay, pest-resistant plants. Scientists were able to develop pest-resistant crops by introducing the bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis, or also known BT, to plants. So ano nga ba itong BT? Ito ay isang bakterya na nagproproduce ng crystal proteins at ito ang kinuhang karakteristik na toxic sa pest. So, ang kinuhang gene na responsible for the crystal protein production was inserted to crops like corn, eggplant, and tomato. Bakit sa lahat ng crops, ito yung napili nila na ah, i-insert yung crystal proteins. So, let's, may I call on Sir, Mr. Farhan again? Bakit sa lahat ng uri ng crops, ang corn, ang eggplant, at tomato ang ininsertan nila ng gene na responsible for crystal protein production?
Ma'am, I'm running low on battery, ma'am, but I'll try to answer it as fast as I could. So I think the reason behind this is because corn, eggplant, and tomato are considered versatile, meaning they have many uses. And due to this, they and the demand in this plant are high. That is all. Thank you.
Okay. Very good, Sir Far. Mm, okay. But you need to remember that these kind of crops are easily rotten. So, at madali rin silang mapeste. So, yun yung dahilan kung bakit ang BT, ang gene na responsible for crystal protein ay in-inject sa corn, sa eggplant, and sa tomato. Because of the gene inserted to these crops, hindi kaagad sila mapeste or hindi na sila talaga mapepeste. So, these organisms are also known as BT eggplant, BT corn, and BT tomato. Kaya sila may BT sa mga pangalan nila dahil ito sa ininsert na crystal protein mula sa Bacillus thuringiensis na bacteria, which these crops now have the ability to produce their own crystal that are toxic to some pests. So another advantage of GMO is having herbicide-resistant plant. So ano nga ba ang herbicide? Ito yung pumapatay sa mga weeds. And ang mga weeds ay mga halamang hindi kaaya-aya na tumutubo sa palibot ng crops. Kinukuha rin nila ang nutrients for the crops. They also hinder the growth and development ng isang plant kung kaya nahihirapan itong lumaki o mabuhay. So that's why farmer and agriculturists use herbicide to eliminate these weeds. Scientists were able to develop the characteristic of plants where they can tolerate the chemicals in herbicides. So when farmers use herbicides, it actually kills the weeds, but it also affects the growth and development of the crops. So these crops may acquire the chemicals from the herbicides. So the growth of the crops ay hindi na fully or worse, ang mga crops na ito ay mamamatay. So what scientists did? They inserted the characteristic making crops resistant to herbicide so that the surrounding weeds are killed and leave the crops unaffected at makakapagbunga pa or mag-yield pa ng prutas o gulay ang mga crops. Ay. So for another advantage of GMOs is to increase nutritional value. Modifying genetic composition of organisms to increase their nutritional value. So genetic engineering
I-admit mo ulit si Sir Felix kung mag-send siya ng invitation.
sige po.
Naririnig ang
Okay na po? Klaro lang po? Hello? So, let's continue. One notable project is the production of the golden rice, which addresses the nutritional deficiencies associated with vitamin A, which greatly affects countries with citizens under poverty line. So, ang explanation dito, um, yung sa white rice, may nakukuha ba talaga tayong nutritional value aside from energy giving? Um, okay, let's have Miss Sharalyn. Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay. Yung sa white rice daw, may nakukuha ba talaga tayong nutritional value aside from sa energy giving siya? Um, what do you think, ma'am? What do you think, Miss Sharalyn?
I believe, ma'am, yes.
Yes. Okay, very good. Meron, pero hindi ganon karami. So, some scientists thought na i-develop yung typical na white rice dahil ito ang primary food ng napakaraming tao sa mundo. So, sa kanila, sabi nila, why not dagdagan ang nutritional value ng white rice na ito, lalong-lalo na sa mga bansang nasa below poverty line. So, ano nga ba ang purpose ng beta-carotene? So, it is called as the precursor of vitamin A which is needed for our body. Ang sinasabi nila, ang vitamin A ay pampalinaw raw ito ng mata. Pero hindi ito na-absorb ng ating katawan if yung pagkain or crop na kinakain natin doesn't have a beta-carotene. So, they introduced the golden rice. Ito, yung that if a person will eat the golden rice, yung vitamin A ay ma-absorb agad ng ating katawan. So, for other benefits of GMO, it could potentially solve hunger and nutrient deficiencies among children. Growing crops in different seasons and conditions can be done. So plants that do not grow in warm weather can be modified to fit with different types of weather. So, and lastly, more yields of crops can be expected since pests and weeds can be removed without affecting the plant. There's also an increase of harvest. So, if merong advantages ang GMO, syempre, meron din itong disadvantages. So, for the disadvantages of GMO consumption, GMO crops increase pesticide use. So, may I call on Mr. Farhan? Ano ang sa tingin mo, bakit ang GMO crops ay nag-i-increase pa rin ng pesticide use? Hello? Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Okay. Ulitin ko ang tanong ha.
Yes,
Klaro
ma'am.
na po ba? Marinig na po?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sa tingin niyo po, bakit ang GMO crops ay nag-i-increase pa rin paraphrase ko na. Bakit ang crops na may GMO nag-i-increase pa rin yung paggamit ng pesticide use kahit na inserted na siya ng isang
Kaya modify na siya.
kahit na modify na ang isang organism.
It is because I believe that all organisms, just like the plants, evolve, ma'am.
Okay.
And
May sasabihin ka pa, Mr. Farhan?
no, ma'am.
Okay. So, bakit nga ba kahit na ang isang organismo ay na-modify na mayroon pa ring increase sa pesticide use? Um, Dahil ito sa pagiging resistant rin ng mga peste sa pesticide. They also evolve so that they can penetrate in damaging the crops. At dahil doon, mas lalong nag-increase ang paggamit ng pesticide. So, yun yung dahilan. So, second, GMO crops have created superweed. So just like the pest, weeds also have modification in their genetic composition for them to be able to adapt in an environment na hindi na nila na ma-penetrate or makuha ang nutrient na kailangan nila because of the use of herbicides. So, yung next generation, kung baga, mag-e-evolve rin ito at mag-evolve rin ng panibagong trait na kailangan nila upang hindi na sila maapektuhan ng herbicide. So for the third disadvantage of GMO consumption is toxic allergic reaction. Accordingly, maganda raw yung naging epekto ng GMO sa crops production. Pero for the one who consumes of GMO, it may have an adverse effect to his or her body. So based on studies, merong epekto sa laboratory animals na nagkaroon ng toxicity sa katawan. And at the same time, nag-develop rin ito ng allergies. Okay lang. Okay. And lastly, GMO and non-GMO crops cannot coexist. Even if they are of the same field, GMO and non-GMO cannot coexist. It's because crops with GMO will contaminate the non-GMO. For instance, yung pollen from the GMO will be carried away by the wind and mapupunta ito sa non-GMO. So, makukontaminate niya yung mga non-GMO crops. So, for our previous activity, di ba, nag-share kayo ng thoughts nyo, ideas about sa images na nandito. So, for the image 1, what do you think? Saan dito sa dalawa yung GMO and non-GMO? Okay. May I call on Miss Sharalyn?
Ma'am?
Hello?
Ay, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello?
Ma'am, for the image one, ma'am. Ma'am, am I clear?
Yes.
Ma'am, for image one, ma'am, I think, ma'am, yung GMO is yung golden rice, while the white rice is yung naturally grown rice.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
The GMO is the golden rice, while non-GMO is the white rice. Very good, Miss Sharalyn. So golden rice, it is a genetically modified or biofortified crop. It is genetically modified in order to produce beta-carotene, which is a precursor of vitamin A, and to increase nutritional value to combat vitamin A deficiency in developing countries just like in the Philippines. So for image 2, um, huh? Nag-stop na sila. Hala pa. Ay, wala ko. Ay. For image 2, can you share your thoughts, Miss Sharalyn? If, do you have any idea kung saan dito yung GMO and non-GMO?
Hi, ma'am. I think, ma'am, yung GMO is yung nasa left and yung non-GMO yung nasa right.
Alright, very good again. You get the correct answer. So itong um, crop na ito is a potato. So tinatawag itong non-browning potato. It is also genetically modified wherein the genes responsible for producing the polyphenols oxidase enzyme. These are enzymes that causes the browning reaction of the fruit when sliced or exposed to air. So itong enzyme na ito were sliced. So dahil na-slice yung gene na responsible for the production of polyphenols oxidase enzymes, kaya yung potato na nasa left side is hindi nagba-brown compared to sa right side. So ito, this is GMO and non-GMO. So for image 3, what do you think would be the GMO and non-GMO saang side? Sa right side or left side?
Ma'am, yung GMO, ma'am, yung nasa right, then yung nasa left, yung non-GMO. I think.
Um, can you repeat again, Miss Sharalyn?
Ay, sorry, ma'am. Yung nasa right po, yung GMO.
Okay.
Then yung
Oh,
nasa
okay, very good. So this is GMO and this is non-GMO. So I'll be presenting a video. Okay. Ay. So for our post-evaluation for our discussion, I will send a link for the Google form for your quiz this afternoon. Okay. Okay. Mhm. I will send the link now in the chat box for your quiz. And this quiz will be recorded right away. Please answer the please answer your quiz for 3 minutes. Your timer starts now. Mhm. Okay.
Hi, ma'am. Done na po, ma'am.
Opo. Opo.
Okay, let's
Leia, Leia, after mo there, punta ka lang dito sa baba, ha?
yes, ma'am.
Leia?
Hi, Ma'am Deb. Yes,
Okay na, sige na. Baba ka na. Marami naghahanap sa'yo.
opo.
Bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am. So let's check your answers. Tapusin ko.
Saan ang sinasarahan? Pampiyan, sino Pilipino 2 ng mga ano? Pilipino 2, Pilipino ng 12 ICTA. Sir, Sir Noy, kasi bigay lang kay Ma'am Gladys ito para
Okay, let's check your answers. You cannot. For number 1, what organisms can be used to be genetically modified? So the answer is letter C, both plants and insects. For question number 2, this is a type. Huh? Okay. Klaro lang. Okay. So nawala na siya. Tayo. Ay. So for question number 2, ako na? Ala. Okay, let's just check your answers lang for our quiz. And malapit na to. So for number 2, this type of bacterium is inserted to crops and develop an ability to produce enzymes that are toxic to pests but not to humans. The answer is BT. And for number 3, What technique in genetic engineering produces plants that become resistant to pests and weeds and make them more nutritional? It is through recombinant DNA. So for number 4, which which does not belong to the group? The answer is GMOs may lead to increased yield in farms. So as you observe, these are the um, disadvantages of GMO. And for number 5, which of the following is not a major concern with the use of genetically modified crops? The answer is the presence of allergens. So, okay. Nakamute pala. Sorry, sorry. Okay.
Kung yung kilawin, di mo siya. Baka na
So, as you have watched the video, it shows both the positive and negative impact of GMO. So, I want you to, as your reflection, I want you to answer the guide question. Are GMOs intended to feed people and help the farmers, or or they develop only for financial gain? And that's end our okay. Okay, that's end our lesson for today. And goodbye everyone.
Bye, ma.
Goodbye.